Hello, my name is Maggie Gourlay, and I'd like to talk about an experience that I had collaborating with ecologists and scientists. It was an opportunity that came up in 2017 when there was a chance to have an art exhibit through CulturalDC, a local nonprofit in Washington, and working with the Smithsonian Conservation Biology scientists and ecologists there at the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. So when I started out thinking about the exhibit, my proposal was influenced or really was totally inspired by the fact that the gallery was a converted shipping container, a 40-foot shipping container. And the fact that led me to think about the role that shipping containers play in the global transportation of goods, and in so doing, bringing non-native species to the United States, where and around the world, where the native species cannot compete against these these new species that have no natural predators. So when I met with the ecologists and the scientists at the Smithsonian Conservation Biology Institute, we began talking about the exhibit and also their research as well. So they not only shared their research with me, but also uh, pointed me towards research that directly had to do with my exhibition proposal. And they could help me flesh out how what the nexus was between climate change and the impact of invasive species and native trees, in particular insect species, which was the primary focus of the exhibit. So using the shipping container as sort of the parameters for how I was thinking about the exhibit and the role of invasive species. Using pallets as a framing device became a very sort of a good idea within the context of that. And this specific invasive insects that I was looking at, what I learned from the scientists was that the emerald ash borer and the hemlock woolly adelgid were two of the main ones that were really detrimental to the US forest ecology, and that global warming was playing a role in allowing these pests to proliferate, mainly because they survive much better in a warm climate. And again, as I said, they have no natural predators. And the increasing warming of the climate is putting stress on a lot of trees. So their natural defenses have a lot to put up with. Okay, so the pallets were interesting, not only because their role is to bring goods into the United States and other countries, but also insects can embed themselves within the pallets themselves and hitchhike a ride that way. So I did a series of prints. Um, these are oil-based prints suggesting insects moving from warmer to cooler climates. And these are sting bugs. I'm sure everyone can recognize them. So the name of the exhibit was Adaptation, Migration in the Anthropocene. So that is sort of a fitting title for what was happening then and what continues to happen. The exhibit saw hundreds of visitors today, so a day, so it was very well attended. This wall had drawing portraits of a variety of insects that are placed next to each other to see the difference in scale. So you think all insects are small, but some are smaller than others. So one of the benefits of artist-scientist collaboration was being able to reframe scientific concepts through different media. So, for instance, the prints that I showed before and the installation, and here's a video of ice melting on a river and the river flowing downstream, and the video is projected against the images of the invasive bugs, so it looks like they're climbing north. Here are some more block printed insects: pine-shoed beetle, emerald ash borer, the Asian longhorn beetle. And I also use the palettes to stamp the bugs on as well. And stamps were available for kids to use so they could make bug stamps and take them home with them. So it was an interactive exhibit as well. And these palettes also served as planters for two invasive plant species that are very familiar to us, English ivy and the golden pothos, which both grow extremely well. So a lot of the time that I was speaking with the scientists, I was constantly reframing how they phrased their work to comprehend it better. So in a way, it's like learning a different language. And as an educator, as well as an artist, it brought to mind how different approaches can reach much larger audiences because of different learning styles. So as artists and scientists, we approach our work differently. I think we share that spirit of inquiry that is our driving force for moving forward in our work. The collaboration we had in this instance was basically one of sharing information. And so through a deeper understanding of each other's practices, it opens us up to new methods of framing the problems and solutions in tackling water issues and climate change. Thank you.